Jeremy here from the Quartering, and one of the things I've been covering on this channel quite extensively is the social decay or the societal decay of not just fast food, which has been a popular topic on the channel, but now more companies that are announcing bankruptcies, citing inflation as almost 3,200 more stores have closed in 2024. Now, a lot of people feel like they know exactly why this is. It's obviously a combination. I think when we talk about fast food, McDonald's, and all this other stuff, it's more than just them being, it's more than just inflation. It's also a combination of corporations refusing to take less money. It's a combination of paying your managers at McDonald's and raising, the chicken restaurant almost $200,000 a year. Again, get your money. I don't think that's, hey, that's fine. But understand that on the flip side of that, your company is going to have to charge $18 for some chicken, and people are going to stop going, and then they're going to close your location down. That's the reality. That's how capitalism works. It's very easy to understand. But when we get to the story is a little different. First, obviously, inflation is an issue. Have you looked at some of the photos of like Walgreens and stores like that in the cities where literally everything imaginable is behind glass now, and you have to find an employee if you want a mascara or whatever? Yeah. So on top of inflation, these stores, especially in woke cities where there's no laws to protect them from widespread theft, have been completely decimated in various cities. And this story, more companies now announce bankruptcies and closures, citing inflation as almost 3,200 stores face closing in 2024. More companies are declaring bankruptcy and shutting down. Inflation and the economy remains the top issue among all voters, according to a recent Center Square Voters' Choice poll. Retailers are closing nearly 3,200 stores this year, according to recent analysis from Coresight. The closures, now you might be saying, okay, well, how many stores actually close every year anyway? Because I bet you, it's more than you think. Well, that is a 24% increase from just last year. And really, nothing has changed in the past 2 years. If we went and we looked at the lockdowns, for example, and how, closures were there were, tens of thousands, maybe more, restaurants and local mom and pop shops that never survived it. I had a place where I used to get my lawnmower repaired. They didn't survive it. I had a small little breakfast restaurant in my town. They didn't survive it. Of course, McDonald's was allowed to be open because they were essential. Walmart was allowed to be open. Target was allowed to be open because they were essential, which is, of course, nonsense. But that said, this is a 24% increase from last year. So that's 1,000 more stores. It's a little less than that, but call it rounded up to 1,000 more stores closed this year. U.S. store and pharmacy closures led to 8 million square feet of shuttered retail space this year. A research company said, I think they're talking about Rite Aid there, because they went down this year. It also notes that retailers are losing inventory and customers due to massive retail theft. In the industry, it's called shrink. It's closely connected to various, retail issues. Out of the 3,200 stores being closed, the majority are being closed by roughly 30 different retailers, with Family Dollar closing the most of over 600 stores. Now, I've always wondered how these dollar stores survived, because for the most part, if you go in them, nothing's a dollar. I know that when I was a kid, most of the stuff was a dollar, and you could find like maybe a few little things that were $2 or $3. Now, basically, you have stores like Five Below, which are $5. When you're talking about inflation, and you're talking about stores that probably have, extremely thin margins, it's no surprise to me that, the dollar store and these like low margin, high volume type stores are getting pushed out. Of all of its 148 workers laid off the 1st of September, Tupperware is the latest to announce it's permanently closing its last operating production plant in the United States.
Hey, Salawam Akim. Call Halal Yahweh, Bahasim, Yahweh Bahasim, Harakar Kadas. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who ruled well and taught me the truth, and peace and salutation across to the Akim across the four corners of the world, preaching this gospel in truth and sincerity. All right, brother Yah's back with another lesson on how America, the corporation, is closing. All right, because America is a big corporation. All right, and it's setting down, man, and it's setting down quick. So I'm just gonna read a little bit of this headline, and it says, it's the New York Post reporting this. More companies announce bankruptcy and closures, citing inflation as almost 3,200 stores face shuttering in 2024. Okay, so you got almost 3,200 stores that are closing, man. All right, and it's different stores, different companies, okay, but they're closing. So I'm going to bring out a list of some of the stores that are closing, and we'll just go through it right quick and bring out some precepts. All right, it says, this is a Business Insider. Nearly 1,300 stores are closing across the U.S. in 2024. Here's the list. So Family Dollar, they're closing. Family Dollar is the largest chain on the list, planning to close at least 600 stores this year. Okay, so Family Dollar is closing down. Okay, and that's big. All these little Family Dollars, hey, they about to close down, man. All right, call Halal Yahweh Simi outside. In the minute of the Lord, we want this. See, Family Dollar, 600 stores are closing down, man. We don't need to read the article. We just need to know what's going on. CVS, 300 stores closing. Beautiful. Beautiful. Foot Locker, 113 stores closing. Beautiful. All right. Express, the clothing store Express, 107 stores closing, man. Call Halal Yahweh Simi outside. This is beautiful. Rite Aid, 77 stores closing. Yes. Yes. Beautiful. It says Rite Aid is closing another 77 locations after closing 150 last year. So yes, this is beautiful. Macy's, 50 stores is closing. Macy's says in February that it will close 150 locations over the next 3 years, starting with 50 in 2024. Beautiful. A man of their word. Foxtrot, 33 stores are closing, man. All right. 3 stores are closing, man. The boutique convenience store Boxtrot abruptly shuttered its 33 locations in April after it came up 35 million short of its 2023 sale goal. Modern Retail Report. Okay, beautiful. Walmart closing 7 stores, 7 locations. Beautiful. All right. TGX. All right. TJ Maxx. All right. They closing 3 stores. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at all these stores closing, Akim. All right. We on our way out of here. We are on our way out of here, man. All right. So as you can see, it's a list of stores closing, man. And that's a beautiful thing. Now let's close this. That was just a few of them. There's plenty more, but we're not going to touch on all of them, okay? You can go and look it up for yourself, and we can go from there, okay? So, hey, man, this corporation America is closing down, man. It's a beautiful thing to see the Lord closing all of these stores, man. All right? That means all of these people are about to lose their job, and that's a beautiful thing, too. All right? And that's what you want, man. We want the dollar to crash. We want these businesses to close, all right? Because we want the kingdom. All right? Isaiah 19 in verse 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rust may do. So as you can see, Egypt, this is Egypt over here in America, according to Revelation 11 and 8. It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, okay, where our Lord was crucified, all right? And that's what they did over here in America. They crucified our Lord. They changed the doctrine, all right? They whitewashed everybody in the Bible, okay, and made them so-called white people, including the Lord, okay? All right? So, hey, this is Sodom and Gomorrah, man, all right? And that's where all of the LGBT stuff come from, okay? And it's promoted around the world. All right, man on man, women on women, okay? All right, and their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of this great city. The great city is America, man. All right? All right, and 2/3 of Israel, they're dead because they don't have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Let's read it in the NLT, Revelation 11 and 8. And their dead bodies will lie in the main streets of Jerusalem, the city that is figuratively called Sodom and Egypt, the city where the Lord was crucified, okay? And that's right over here in America, okay? So this is Egypt. Egypt means bondage. And let's read it again. Isaiah 19 and 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, okay, no work in America, which the head or tail, branch or rust may do. So whether you are CEO in America over these corporations, you ain't gonna have no jobs because your corporation is gonna close down. Whether you're a regular blue collar employee, white collar employee, a janitor, you're not going to have a job, okay? Whether you are a contractor, you're not going to have a job, okay? So no matter what position you play over here in these corporations over here in America, you're not going to have a job, man, okay? Starting from the CEO, COO, the president, on down to the lower workers, man, the regular workers. And let's read it in the NLT, Isaiah 19 and 15. There is nothing Egypt can do. All are hopeless. The head and the tail, the nobles, palms, branch, and the lowly reed. So there's nothing that Egypt could do to stop these stores from closing, man. All right, they're going to close. It's time to shut down this bitch. All right, this is the end of America as a corporation. This is the end of the hegemony of the dollar, okay? So you guys will get ready to not have a job. Get ready to get put out of your house. Get ready to be pilgrims up on the earth. All right, prepare thy mind, man. All right, Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of your youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Okay, so you should be seeking the Lord right now, man. All right, right now you should be seeking the Lord, man. And trying to learn what you should be doing, okay? All right, before the evil days come, man. All right, you should be serving the Lord right now while you're youthful, while you got your vigor, okay? Before the evil days come, and the evil days bringing bad times. Evil goes into bad times. All right, and when you don't have a job and when you can't feed your baby, that's going to be bad times. When you can't feed your wife, when you can't pay your mortgage, when you can't pay your car note, that's going to lead into bad times, man. All right, and then when you can't get no food and people are breaking inside your house, that's evil times. That's bad times, man. And it's drawing now, man. So you got to get this truth. All right. Seek Yahweh, Shem Yahweh, man. Follow these commandments, man. All right, and come out on these highways and byways while we still got grace periods, man. All right. So, verse 2. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out the window be darkened. Okay, so it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. That's all your economic people, man. All these people that's talking about the economics in Wall Street. Hey, they know what time it is, man. All right. I like to look at this guy named Salento or Peter Schiff, because they tell you, hey, this economy is about to crash. All right, you got a number of economic people coming out and saying the economy is about to crash. The economy is about to crash. Hey guys, the economy is about to crash, and you got a lot of people in this economic system that are nervous because they see that the money is not going to be worth anything, and all these jobs are going to close down. Okay, so they're trembling right now, and the strong men bow themselves, and the grinders cease because there are few. All right, that word grinder, it goes into working, man. The working is gonna cease. Let's get that word grinder. Okay, so the work over here in America is gonna come to a cease. It's gonna come to naught. Why? Because your economic system is collapsing. All right, so and you got hyperinflation going on. So it's gonna make it hard to pay the employees, okay, and buy the product, okay. So that's why the system is crashing, man. All right, let's see what it says.
Strong's H2912. Tahan.
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 Tahan. All right, and you go down the outline of biblical usage: grind, crush, grind, grinder. Go down to strong definition: a grind mill, to be combined, that being their employment. Okay, so the grinder is your employment, it's your jobs. Okay, and it's saying that your jobs are going to come to a cease. That's plain, man. All right, we're going to go right back to the middle, into the beginning of Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. All right, that's your economics. The people who are over the economy, okay, the keepers of the house, they're trembling. Why? Because they see that this place is crashing down fast. And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. So the employment is going to cease because there are few. There are few jobs. And those that look out the window be darkened. Why? Because it's going to be grim. They're not going to see a future. These keepers of the house, the economists, they don't see a future in America. Why? Because the dollar is collapsing, all right? And all your jobs are being outsourced, all right? And the jobs can't keep up with inflation, okay? They got to pay more for food, and they trying to pay their employees, and they just can't do it. All right, verse 4. And the doors shall be set in the streets. Yeah, all these businesses are going to close down. 3,200 businesses in 2024 have already shuttered their doors. So they're already closed down, and there's more to come. When the sound of the grinding is low, the grinding goes back into your employment, all right, is low, meaning they don't have enough jobs out here. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and that's like the bird represents your alarm clock. You know how you get up in the morning? You might get up at 3 or 4 or 5 or 8 o'clock. You got to hit your alarm because, hey, it's waking your ass up to go to work. Well, don't worry about that no more. No longer are you going to have to set your alarm clock, because majority of the people in America will not have a job. And all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Yeah, the music sucks over here, man. All right, and that prophecy is fulfilled as we speak right now. Okay, it talked about the inflation and how hyperinflation is going to come. Okay, and we're going to read Revelation 6:6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou heard not the oil and the wine. That's talking about the men of the Lord, the 144,000. Heard not the oil or the wine, man. All right. And it says, let's look up this word. We're going to go to the blue letter, and we're going to look up the word a penny. Okay? And it says
Strong's G 1220. Denarion.
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 Denarion. Okay, go down to the outline of biblical uses. Denarius, containing 10. A Roman silver coin in NT time. It took its name from it being equal to 10 asses. So a denarius was equivalent to 10 asses. You could buy 10 asses, all right, with a denario. All right, and it reads, it was the principal silver coin of the Roman Empire. From the parable of the laborers in the vineyard, it would seem that a denarius was then the ordinary pay for a day's wage. So you got one denarius, which was equivalent to 10 asses back in the day. All right, and this goes into hyperinflation, man. Okay, so instead of it taking 2 asses, okay, to buy wheat bread or 3 loaves of barley, it took a whole day's pay to buy it. All right, and that's called hyperinflation. So in today's age, you might make, let's just say you make $100 a day. All right, and bread right now it runs about $4 or $5. Okay, when it goes into hyperinflation, you might pay $100 for the same bread that you're paying $4 or $5 right now. It might be $100 when hyperinflation kicks in, okay? Because your money is being devalued. So it takes more money to buy the same loaf of bread. All right, and that's what these companies are going through. Their money is being devalued, so it's taking more money to buy the products. All right, and you still got to pay your employees. And in California, they raised the employment wages, all right, to like $20 at McDonald's. So all of these McDonald's are going out of business because they got to pay their employees $20 an hour, and they still got to keep up with inflation with the food that they got to buy that's higher and higher. So now they got to go out of business. And that's what you have here. These companies are going out of business because they can't keep up with the inflation. All right, they don't have enough money to buy the product and to pay for the employees to work there. All right, that's why you have a lot of jobs with 3 and 4 employees, and they have to do 10 people jobs. All right, because they're trying to keep up with inflation. So I hope this was motivational, and I hope this was beneficial to the hopeful elect, man. All right, because you should be encouraged that hyperinflation is on its way, man. We're already living in inflation. Everything is higher than it was a year ago, and it's going to hyperinflate till the money is basically nothing. All right, and that's beautiful. So with that, I like to say all glory and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harakar Kadas, and double honors to the apostles of GMS who ruled well and taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to Yahakim across the 4 corners of the globe, preaching his gospel in truth and sincerity. Shalom.